Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're well. This is Like Father, Like Son, where we are not role models, but real models. This isn't role play, this is real play. And where did you think we were in January to where we are now? Like, where do you think the brand would have gone?
There's a few directions that this could have gone, and I'm pleased that it's going in the direction that it is because obviously when you're going back and forth with ideas, like not everything is for you. And again, from reflection, like document what works in it. Like if you're able to reflect within yourself, whether you're writing it down, journaling, just like you said, like what works, what works. But if you're constantly thinking of everything else other than within, then you'll miss what you'll miss the strategy of what the data is telling you. So where we started, like in January, we wasn't being consistent. We wasn't being open.
Okay. What was we doing though?
We was talking on the phone. We was making plans.
Okay.
Yeah, but we wasn't actually meeting up. We weren't turning on the camera, and we wasn't actually. You see, like now, like you got your notes, I got my notes. You might send something to me, I'll then double back and send it to you, and then we see what works, innit? And then you might say to yourself a bit later, actually, I'm gonna try this.
That's with me because. Just to cut you there, we started off doing skits because we're thinking we actually are hilarious. I don't care, we're hilarious, but we thought, do you know what? We're gonna do this, and I just kept imagining, and we kept looking, and boom, boom, bow. We did what 2, 3, 4 the skits.
We did a few,
and we found out the skits actually took longer than we would. So that's why we were consistent, because it took longer to do the skit. When we done it, it was like, okay, so how can we be consistent if we're dropping 1, 2 every 3, 4 weeks? This wasn't working. And I thought one would blow. I'm 10 years out. I'm going to repost it. When we get the numbers that I know in my head we need to do, I'm going to repost it because it's going to blow. But I was thinking, cool. And then we took another shift in January, but we didn't start in March.
We start to March. So we had January kind of pattern with the skits. And I think we come together.
Paused it, man.
No, we come together. We had a moment over the phone in about February. And then for some reason, whatever was going on in my universe and in your universe, it landed. Remember, we had a conversation. I was like, look, got this idea. It's uncomfortable, but it's so us. We've lived it. And this is why I'm big on lived experiences, yeah? Like when you're coming from a place of lived experience, yeah? Like you can't be told different. You can only learn to better yourself. So either you got qualifications in it, or you've lived it. So when I pitched the idea, you was halfway there.
What was the idea? Let them know.
The idea was basically talking about our lived experience, our journey, but mine and your journey personally. You know, the uncomfortable truths. You know, the distance, the separation. And I was open with you. I said, look, we're not here to. And then put no one down, but we need to, because what it is.
But how do we, just before you go into that, we did reaction. We wanted to speak about ourselves, because for myself, I was thinking I didn't want to put it out yet because I wanted to get some amount of followers. And what I learned personally is that the things that you don't want to put out are the things that are going to make you gain your numbers of what you're looking for. Because I was like, let's do skits, and then when we get the skits, let's talk about us. But I feel like, and we've got an example that's changed our numbers and our trajectory and things like that. But it was like, if we never done that, people wouldn't have seen the light of where we're coming from. And that activity was reaction videos. We started to put it out in March, right?
March was the target. We had the conversation in February.
Boom. And then we literally freestyled in Grandma's house. Love Grandma for helping us. But we started in March, and we just started doing reaction videos. We started thinking about, what is the brand? Who are we? Why do we want to do Like Father, Like Son? And the numbers were getting there. And we stopped focusing on the numbers, and we started focusing on putting out, distribute. We don't care, just distribute and learning. And you gave me a gem. Was like, okay, cool, when we're doing reaction videos, tag them. So we're learning, you get what I'm saying? And for when we tagged them, we started to tag, and then one person saw it from my boy Tay that he was actually doing a mentorship class with, and he was a big guy, and then we hit our first 4 figures. Some people that might be small, but for us, we're thinking, raw, like this is numbers.
It works.
Yeah, it works. And then boom, that happened, and then we did another one where it was like American guy, and was like, let's do it. And I think we was even tired at that point. It was like, let's just flow. We were just doing so much different examples. And then that number, it didn't blow straight away, But like, I think like 3-4 days we started doing numbers, and then we hit our first. I think it was like 500 likes, and we're thinking, whoa! And then it kept going, and then we hit our first 10 bags, and we're thinking, we're grateful, we're grateful, and it kept pushing, and then boom, we hit 100k, and I was thinking, and bear in mind, this happened in March. I'll never forget because I was doing the analytics and running the social media. This happened in March, and I kid you not, from March, I think first week we started, it was like 37.
Yeah.
And then at the end, we hit, what was it, from 37 followers to like a grand or grand one worth of followers. I'm thinking the increase is mad in like 2-3 weeks. Then the guy took us to 100k, and off the back of that repost, he now has given us the opportunity, and you will see us soon, to jump on his podcast about what he's talking about. And I'm thinking, wow, like, who are we? And the way he even started to open up was like, but where do you know us from? But then it clocked like, we were just dropping some mad value. And it goes to show you don't know who's watching. So don't wait to put out the perfect things later for when you get the numbers. Those perfect things will get you the numbers, but put it out now. And that's something that we kind of learned. And
we learned that, like, our journey is it's one of those journeys that a lot of people can relate to. A lot of people have lived through it, but the story behind it only comes from one direction, and what we're doing is we're exposing this direction that most men are not willing to put out there. Now, we're not putting it out there to put nobody down. It's just to impact other people that walk the walk that we have, and say, look, it's okay to talk, it's okay to be open. So even with my man, the first first guy, when he was saying about coming from a place of understanding, when you brought that to me, remember, we're doing the reactions, and it's still trial and error, but beyond that, I was like, right, remember, that was one that you brought to me, because the original setup was you go through your feed, I go through my feed, and we was coming back, that one coming from a place of understanding, parents, you know, separated, whatever the case, but when I reflect, I said, yo,
this is serious.
Like,
the numbers.
And then obviously we just continued from there, and the beauty of it is that what we're reacting to, we've lived. So we're giving our lived experience based on what we're seeing. And as I said, to me, this was like, it was like therapy for me, because I'm able to release. Remember, I'm having these conversations in rooms where no one's
before. Okay, cool. There was a point when we first started, and my dad had this confidence. Now he's growing. The progress is crazy. It's good. But when he first started, he would have all this talk. When he was on the camera, I'm thinking, what is this? And I think one time, this was on the Adidas tracksuit. If I get up, I didn't even take the record. I think I cut it off. Right? We're learning. And I said, listen, if we're putting out the thing, put out the full thing. Like, don't bury it. And I think from then we've started to get like the real gems and the real value of what was on your heart at the time. Like, you just put it out, and it didn't hit the followers, but we're not on hitting the followers. We just want to impact one person. Like, I asked my God, if we impact one person, one father-son relationship, one couple, one family, one network, then it's a more fulfilling thing to us.